Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here and do the very first two problems with you about your assignment. So you should have finished 1.7, taking the notes and then going through the videos that I did myself. So this is just an extension of some of the stuff that you saw in that lesson. So you're going to be finding the range, the median, which is Q2, the lower quartile, which is Q1, the upper quartile, which is Q3, and then the IQR, which is the interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. Okay, so this is just for practice, but when you're doing these, the very first thing that you need to do, this is a dot plot. So to find the middle, you could also just cancel them out, or you could write out the numbers. I'm just going to quickly write them out, and then I'm going to find the Q2, the Q1, the Q3, and that will help us find the information that we're looking for. We also need to find the range. So I'm going to take a minute, write them out so you can see them in order, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I do have them in order. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is find the range. Okay, the range, remember, is your max minus your min, which would be 68 minus 39, which is equal to 29. And then, so that takes the range. The median, that's where you're going to cross off on the ends. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So right here is my median, which is also known as Q2. So your median, known as Q2, is 49. Okay, so to find the Q1 value, this splits the data exactly in half. So this one we don't use at all. We're going to use the upper half of the data to find the Q1, the lower half of the data to find Q1, and the upper half to find Q3. So we do the exact same process. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and it looks like it's in between these two. So to find this, you're going to find Q1 by finding the average of those, which they're both the same number, so it's going to equal out to be that. So add them two together, divide by 2, so the Q1 would be 42. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the upper half. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and it's in between these two. So to find Q3, you're going to add them together. So 53 plus 59, and then divide that by 2. So let me grab my calculator, and you're going to have 53 plus 59 divided by 2, and it should be 56. So your Q3 would be 56. Okay, so to find the IQR, you're going to take Q3 minus Q2, oops, I lied, Q1, and then that will give you your IQR. So your IQR is 56 minus 42. So your IQR, would be 14. And basically it's saying that the middle half of the data has a range of 14. So you can say that the middle half, so from here to here, there's the range of 14. So interquartile range, I think we've done everything. Remember, Q1 is the lower quartile, Q3 is the upper quartile, and IQR is your interquartile range. Okay, if you have questions, email me and I will try and do another example, or try and set up a Google Meet with you. I will do more with standard deviation next week. I know that was something hard for you guys to pick up on. But we're going to do one more problem on this worksheet together, and then you can finish it. Okay, so here is the next data set. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use a spreadsheet to help me organize it. So if you would like to learn how to do that, pay attention. So I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to open up a Google Sheet. Okay, so I am going to try and do this. Sorry about the dog barking. James, quiet. you're going to just go to Google, and then you can open up a Google Sheet. And I'm just going to grab and open a new sheet to start. And then what you can do is you can enter this data. So I'm going to use first column, and enter this data. So 53, 39, 63, 47, 59, 34, and 61. Now, you can just order these by hand. It does not have to be on this Google Sheet, but I'm being lazy. So I have 17, should have 17 data values. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. So I'm good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this column. And then I am going to, I can't actually see it, so I'm going to move this over. I'm going to go to data, and then I want to sort the column. So I'm going to sort column A because it is column A. So data, sort column A, and then it's going to put it in order for me. So then I don't have to go through all of that fun little mindless ordering. So I'm going to take a minute, copy those down, and then we'll find all of that information that we need. All right, so you should look and see that I have all of them in order. So if I want to find the range, I'm going to take the range is your max, which is 67, minus 34. So that becomes 33 is your range. Your Q2 is your middle value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. So 53 should be your Q2, your Q1, and we're going to do the same thing with the lower half. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be between these two. So we're going to add them together. 44 plus 47, divide by 2. I wish I had my calculator out, but I don't. So 44 plus 47 divided by 2, so 45 and a half. 45 and a half. So for Q3, we're going to do the same thing with the upper half. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's in between these two. So you would have 60 plus 61 divided by 2. So it's going to be 60.5. To get the IQR, you're taking Q3 minus Q1. So 60.5 minus 45.5. And we would have 60.5 minus 45.5, so 15. So your IQR equals 15. And you could state that the middle half of the data is 15, has a range of 15. So interquartile range. Hopefully this helps. I do want to tell you that if you have like an even number, let me look to see if I can find one that's on your assignment, and I'll explain it to you. So give me just a second. Okay, so this is number 9 on, or not number 9, but number 8 on your assignment. I just want to real quick show you when your data set is even, you're going to end up having a split. The range is the same, you can figure that out. However, when you go to cross off, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. You got 1, 1. And then here is the split for this is your Q2. So when you're finding Q2, you're going to, this is also known as your median. You're going to take 6 plus 7 and divide it by 2. So it's 6.5. However, when you go to find your Q1, your lower quartile, you're going to include that 6 in the lower half, and then you're going to include the 7 in the upper half. So if it is not an exact center, the lower one goes to the lower data and the upper one goes to the higher data. So then you would use that to find your Q1. Q1, which would be in here somewhere, and then your Q2, which would be in here somewhere. So I just wanted to show you that when it doesn't split exactly, one number goes with the low and the higher number goes with the high. If you have any questions, email me.